Now, this is absolutely one of the craziest stories of the year. This truck driver here in LaSalle, Colorado, was pulled over in the truck cab with 23 illegal aliens that he was smuggling into the United States. Luckily, the state troopers were able to pull him over. But you got to see this. I mean, there's 24 people, including him, in the cab of this semi truck. I mean, this is literally like a clown car. Let's get into it.
Show me 1038 here with a white bobtail, maybe no 28.
Into right now.
Right now I'm going to San Antonio.
Are you gonna go pick something up?
Yeah.
Like a load?
Yeah.
You're a truck driver, like for what company?
It's a private company.
Private one. What are they called? Trucking? You like a load?
Yeah, that's a truck.
Okay. You have a CDL?
I do, but like I said, I don't have a picture of it on here.
Not right now. Okay. Right now you're alone. You're alone right now, right?
Yeah, I'm alone.
Okay. Could I see what you have in the vehicle? Do you give me permission?
Is it required?
It's not required. You don't have to let me.
Okay.
I mean,
Or you have to, there's no reason you should be searching it through.
I mean, I'm asking your consent, but if you're gonna deny it, that's fine. But I'm gonna stand by here just for some other units to get here, and I'm gonna run a dog around the vehicle. I just think sorry. I mean, I'll get to that right now once they get here.
I guess I would just wait for the other units.
For other units, that's fine. I don't want you to feel like you have to do it. That's why I'm asking you for your consent. But I understand that you're not gonna.
Like, there's no reason to.
Okay, I understand that. If you can, just wait right here. I'm just gonna stand by for them, okay? But in terms of the violations, you don't have a CDL and you're operating a motor vehicle. You're not supposed to be driving a commercial motor vehicle. Okay, and who are you calling right now? I'm just curious.
I'm calling my lawyer.
Your lawyer?
Yeah.
Alright. Can you just keep an eye on them? We're gonna detain you real quick, okay? If we don't find anything in the vehicle, we're gonna release you. Right now, we're gonna conduct a probable cause search on the vehicle right now, okay? Open it.
Go.
I can't reach. Open it. Yeah. No se muevan, no se muevan, no se muevan,
no se muevan,
nadie.
Están todos rodeados.
Get more out.
Packed in there like sardines.
Pon tus manos en tus cabezas, ¿ok? Ahorita vamos a sacar.
Look at all those people. Look at that. 23 of them. Shout out to Colorado State Patrol, Border Patrol, and everyone that got this job done. Got all these illegals out of the country that came from Nicaragua and all of these other places like Mexico and South America. 23 people in the back of that truck, piled in there literally on top of each other. You know that truck probably stank, nasty in there, can't breathe, hot air. It's like, dang, you guys want to do all that? Sheesh. Yeah, right. Now, this is just the beginning because they are really starting to crack down on the trucking industry because people keep losing their lives, like this couple that just lost their lives by another Indian truck driver. He jackknifed on the road. This couple was just married 16 days prior, and now they're gone because of another Indian truck driver. Check it out.
Federal officials say a truck driver charged in a deadly crash on Highway 20 last week is in the U.S. illegally. The Department of Homeland Security confirmed tonight ICE filed an arrest warrant for 32-year-old Rajinder Kumar of Fresno, California. Here's an image of Rajinder. The Department of Homeland Security says he's originally from India. Oregon State Police say Kumar's semi jackknifed on Highway 20 last week. 2 people drove into it and were killed. 25-year-old William Carter of Springfield and 24-year-old Jennifer Lower of John Day. The newlyweds had just married 16 days earlier. Court records show Kumar faces 2 counts of criminally negligent homicide. He's in the Deschutes County Jail tonight amid a passport issue. Federal authorities say ICE will seek custody if he's released.
Sean Duffy, please, Mr. Duffy, get rid of the H-2B visa drivers right away. Every single one of them. Get them out of here. There's enough Americans to do the job. And look, 44% of all trucking schools are not complying. So we got to shut all them down. Don't believe me? Check this out.
A scary new reality on America's roadways. A federal review finds 44% of U.S. trucking schools do not comply with government rules. Now, this comes, of course, as an illegal Indian trucker is charged with killing a newlywed couple in Oregon. The 32-year-old, released into the country under Joe Biden, was issued a CDL, of course, in California. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says this Wild West era of truck driver training, it's over.
What we found is there have been states that have issued commercial driver's license to foreigners, and they've gone through sham schools. We've closed down half of the fake schools that give out these fake licenses, all critically important. Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota gave 33% of these licenses unlawfully. People that should never have a driver's license driving a big rig on American roads, endangering the American people.
Secretary Duffy is threatening to withhold $30 million in funding from Minnesota. Their illegal trucker problem is just the latest, because we've been telling you about the massive fraud scheme in that state.
Ellie, well, recent accidents, fatal accidents this year really have ramped up attention on truck drivers and then also their training. It turns out a lot of these places operate as, quote, CDL mills, where they basically get people in and out and then onto the road as quickly as possible, perhaps bypassing safety standards there. Now, federal prosecutors and this review have highlighted that 44% of them may be in jeopardy of losing that accreditation, many closing, many not actually following the rules here, that they don't meet government standards, that 44% number, putting thousands of them at risk for closure. So out of the 16,000 licensed truck driving programs nationwide, the Transportation Department says close to 3,000 could lose accreditation unless they fix serious training and record-keeping failures, and they only have 30 days. Another 4,500 could face the same thing. That means hundreds of thousands of aspiring drivers could see their training invalidated, slowing their path to a commercial driver's license. Officials say many of the schools were operating like CDL mills, as I mentioned, offering quick turn courses without that proper behind the wheel or classroom training. The American Trucking Associations, meanwhile, applauding the administration's effort to get their struggling industry back on the right track.
I think it's really taken, a number of high-profile crashes and other incidents to put a spotlight on training in our industry in general, and asking the question, are the rules or regulations we have on the books, are they working? And if not, what do we need to do about them? So we are absolutely thrilled at ATA that the administration is paying attention to this.
Now, this was triggered by a fatal crash back in August. That is driver Harjinder Singh. He's accused of making an illegal U-turn and killing 3 people. That brought a lot of national attention to this particular matter, and it turned out that he was driving there and hired immigrant, and the Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy was saying he's tightening every link in what he calls the illegal trucking chain. So if states don't get it together, they could lose federal highway funding there. California, Pennsylvania, and Minnesota are among the first facing those funding threats if they don't review their licensing and training programs. Right now, prospective truckers, training schools, and state regulators have 30 days to prove that they are now in compliance. So you can tell that the government and the transportation department here is taking a fine-tooth comb to these training programs, trying to weed out those CDL mills so drivers aren't basically getting just a check mark for coming in and then getting out onto the roads. And then another note there that I mentioned earlier this morning is that there is video out there now of seeing the driver accused of killing those people getting a speeding ticket or a ticket earlier before that crash, and you could see him speaking with the officer there. That video is out as well. So a lot of attention on this particular matter right now as the transportation department cracks down.
This is just horrible. Out of the 3.5 million truck drivers in the United States, 1.5 million are immigrants. And out of that 1.5 million, how many of them do you think are illegals? It actually could be more than we even imagine, because I'm sure some of them register as American citizens. So it's probably astronomically high. I wouldn't think it would be far-fetched to say that half, or at least 1/3 of all truck drivers are immigrants. They absolutely destroyed the trucking industry. Trucking is the backbone of America. Healthcare and trucking. We need those industries to have legal people in all of those jobs. People that are American citizens. Our American truckers should be the ones making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, if not more, every year, because the rates would go back up. And these jobs should be for Americans. I mean, back in the day, trucking was able to sustain a whole household. The wife wouldn't even have to work. The husband will be bringing in a whole bunch of money. Life was great. But it's been destroyed, just like so many other industries, because of immigration. I don't know what everybody's deal is, thinking that we need so many immigrants to come in this country. I say we're full, and we need to get American trucking fixed. And I'm relying on Sean Duffy to get this done. And he needs to get it done right away and pass whatever laws he can while they're in office. Because if they don't, and the Democrats get back into office, it's only going to get worse. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.